Welcome everybody to a short tutorial on how to play Tinker and how to jungle with that bad boy, how to make that guy into a real pushing machine. And just to introduce the hero, we're of course still looking at the Heroes of the Storm Alpha, so everything is still subject to change. But let's go through his skill just quickly before I show you how exactly to jungle with him. First of all, we have a rocket turret on our queue that we can use, a small turret that you can use to tank damage when you try to take down mercenaries or creeps, of course. Then we have also our death laser, has to charge up, so it's something that is really a little bit difficult to hit, and it depends very much on where exactly you want to use it. You can use it in the lane, for example, have a little bit of lane control and take down the opponent's creeps. And at the same time we have on our E the Explodium charge, which is a bit of an area of effect stun, and this is one of our main tools when we later on start taking down those mercenary camps to make sure that we have a lot of pushing power for our team. In terms of pushing, he is one of the best characters that we have there, and I'm gonna show you now exactly why that is. Before we do that though, let us have a really quick look at the talents that we need for this. We have basically the first 3 talent trees that are really important for this style. On level 1, what you would usually go for is the Scrap-O-Matic Smelter, that gives you a little bit more of mana restoration when you get the scraps off your turrets. You could also go for the Break It Down trait, so that's basically a choice that you have to make on your personal preference. On level 4, quite important it is to get the Minion Killer. That allows us to get the night camps on level 4, and it really helps with other minions as well, so definitely make sure that you check this one out. Once you reach level 7, you should probably go for the Mercenary Lord, because this gives us a lot of increased health for the knights or damage for the siege giants, and that increases the pushing capabilities of our Tinker immensely. So definitely go for these 3 traits that we have here. From that point on you can of course choose your ultimate, your heroic ability, and the rest is up to preference. But in the beginning, that's really where we want to really push and get all those mercenary camps. Afterwards is of course also very important to hold key positions in the game depending on the mission objectives. But let's take a quick look how exactly to creep on level 1 those mercenary camps so that you have an additional pushing force for your team. So usually when you want to start dropping your rocket turrets is when the 2 creep waves collide. That's what you kind of try to do. That works really well with the timing, as you will see in just a few seconds. So the creeps are already leaving the gate, and as soon as they are roughly in the middle, we're going to jump back and we're going to start with our first few turrets here. That works really well. Alright, so here we go. Our first turret right here, and the second one right here. We go to the side and we start immediately with that laser beam on level 1. That's kind of what we need. The turrets are there to tank for us, and of course the bomb is what we really need, our E. That's what you're gonna see in a second. Okay, so we just get a couple of auto hits in, we drop another turret, walk a little bit to the side so that the creeps are actually getting aggroed by those turrets. We have 3 of them here already. We need to be a little bit careful that we don't die here, that nothing happens. And once we have the next bomb, we use that immediately again, set a turret up over here so that that golem is also attacking us. We're not losing too much hit points. You can do it a little bit better than I'm doing right now, but that's a basic gist of it. Second turret, could have dropped it here, don't really need to. I'm just getting a bit of damage done. Well, that guy let some damage in, that's fine. I need to heal up afterwards anyways. Alright, so immediately up into the mount form. We're gonna go down here next, but before we do that, we need to heal. We go that right here, and then we go up to the solo camp. You can see we're already level 3, and my allies currently have 1 hero in each lane, top, middle, and also on bottom, where one of us is currently reaching the experience. So that helps quite a bit. I will be level 4 by the time that I arrive at the camp. That's a level 11 solo, and we can solo that at level 4 quite easily with a Tinker. We have here the Minion Killer as one of our talents, as you can see, and the Minion Killer is exactly what we need to get to solo those camps really fast. So we're gonna set up our first missile turret, we're gonna set up the second one, we're gonna go for the laser again. Later you don't need that laser beam anymore, but at the beginning the death laser gives you some initial damage. Always kill the mage first. He will heal those knights, and they are actually pretty strong. So the bomb after that, kill the mage immediately, drop another turret, and focus the next few knights down. So this is kind of the gist of it. Bomb immediately, another turret, bam, and that's kind of all there is to it. So you want to get those as fast as possible. Another bomb, another missile turret, so that we can soak up the damage. And I'm not gonna die here. You can see that those bad boys are actually quite tough, and they go through my turrets really fast, but still that works out really well. We get a little bit of support here that we do not really need, might help us with the last few hits. No, he's busy, and that's absolutely fine with me. So last bomb, last turret, and then we can of course also salvage them. So with D we salvage that, get a little bit of a reduction on the cooldowns, and we have our camp. Here's really quickly another example on how to solo the knights in level 4. You go for the minion killer talent once again, and we go in, we drop our first turret, we want to have a little bit of a block here, we drop the second turret in there, go to the side and start things off with the death laser, our W again. Let that thing full charge, and our goal is to kill that one mage first. So right at level 4 you can do that. We're going in, dropping that, taking down the mage, dropping another turret, going for the bomb right away, and that's exactly what we do the rest of the time. So always alternate between dropping additional turrets and dropping that bomb once the cooldowns are there. We can get the additional mana then later on again by just scrapping off those turrets, and that will give us quite a lot of pushing power. At level 4 that's a really strong thing to have. We need to be a little bit careful that we let really those two turrets also tank the damage. I actually took a little bit too much damage there, but as you can see that works really well. So we can scrap those for mana, get the health, and bam, we have a level 4 mercenary camp with the knights right at the 4th level, and that's of course now awesome for us. Actually we gained a bit of experience at level 6, and now we can just push together with those, and that should enable us to at least take down 1 or 2 towers of our opponent's team. So now that you know how exactly to start pushing with a hero at the beginning of the game, let's take a quick look at the later talents that we have and what you can do with this. Of course there's a lot of versatility to the heroes and Heroes of the Storm right now, so this is not the only build that really works, but it's really a build that will help you a lot. On level 13 what I'm currently getting is the Explodium charge. You will have 2 charges in rapid succession that you can use, which basically gives you like a double stun. That's great for team fights, and it's also absolutely amazing when you want to then creep the camps a little bit more quickly later on. For level 16 what I usually go for is the turret storage. In the beginning you might have realized that you can usually hold 2 turrets in storage. With this you can hold 4. That allows you to just walk up to a 4 or to any position in the game, to an objective for example, a tribute spawning or a chest on Blackheart's Bay, and just drop 4 turrets right away and really siege up on that position, and that gives your team a lot of capabilities of taking those objectives and then pushing down to take the opponent's palace. So that's really something that you should get. On level 20 on the other hand there are a lot of different things to choose from, not really something where you have to go for just one particular trade. If you for example decided to go for the Gravitor Bomb earlier on as your level 10 trade, then you can use this here for example in order to have a miniature black hole, increases that even further. But yeah, that's of course when you get those black holes off. If you want to get them in combination with the stun, that's of course the best thing that you could do. But this is all about the small guides you're having you unfolding the pushing power that Tinker really shows and promises. So guys, if you like the short tutorial, make sure that you give it a thumbs up on YouTube, leave a comment if you have any additional questions, and subscribe if you haven't done that just yet. I'm going to see you next time. So far for today, have a good one. Bye bye.